Probate Data Power Gym. My name is Marcel. I want to thank you all for being here today. I hope you find this to be both educational as well as entertaining. Uh, Working for Probate Data is here, our basic search 101. And this is where our tour will always begin. This is, if you'll see the URL up here, our Probate Data YouTube of resource information to fall back on. This is a new series that we are starting as of last week. If you see the first video up here, it is Basic Search 101. We will be continuing that today with Basic Search 201, secondary class. So at the top, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Anytime we upload something, you'll get a notification right away. So let's go ahead and jump into what we're here for. This is Probate Data, your lead system. Once here, you have a couple tabs: Home, About, Services, the Probate Opportunity, Sign Up, Contact Us, and Log In. Well, today we'll just act like we know what our login information is, and we'll just get right in. If at any time you do forget what your password and username is, you can click this little doodad right here, and it'll prompt you for some information, and it'll still get you right in. Okay, there we go. Now, once you do log into Probate Data, you will be right here with this video overview of the entire site. And then directly below that is where you are at currently. Click here to register for our weekly free webinar. So if you ever want to get into the Thursday Power Gym, all you got to do is log into Probate Data, click that link right there, and get right into the Power Gym. Once you're in, you have a couple different tabs: New Search, Search List, Alert in Probate Data, and you are utilizing the alert system. And let's say, for instance, you're in Florida. It's 3 p.m. my time, 6 o'clock in Florida. One of my researchers gives me a file to upload for Florida. You're already out of your real estate office. So long as your Probate Data goes to your smartphone, you'll still get notifications of uploads throughout the day. So it's really important that the address you have tied into Probate Data goes to some sort of a smartphone so that you're able to utilize that alert system. Okay? Awesome. Okay. And that's under the My Account tab. You can also change your password from here. And right now, let's go ahead and jump into New Search. So we will be continuing our second part of Basic Search. Now you have your state map here. We do not pigeonhole you to any particular state, county, courthouse. Your map is available to you across the board. So if you're in Ohio and you want to see what the files look like in Oregon or California, we welcome that. Please look at as much information as you like. You're not charged an export until you physically put a check mark in the box and export it out. And we will go over that. Last week, we went over a 3-month 3-market search, zip code search. We went over how to find out-of-state petitioners. This week, we're going to be, let's actually go January 1, 28. Okay, so that's a 3-month range. And the first thing we're going to do is do a pro-per search. Now, you'll remember from your training, a pro-per search is when a regular person like myself, instead of using a lawyer, will go through the probate process solely on my own. I'm going to fill out all the forms. I'm going to show up to the hearings. I'm going to do the legal notices myself. More than likely, yes. The people that can help are really going to be CPRES designated realtors who, 1, know the probate process, 2, can and liabilities, and that I've done my part. Okay. Now, the thing with pro-per cases is that these people are going to need a lot of help. So you walk them through, and you'll see what I mean, that the pro-per is listed in the attorney's information as well as the petitioner. Okay. And you have a phone number right off the bat and the rest of the information you'll need. So with this person, if I'm local to this area, I'm definitely going to want to give them a call and tell them how with my selling dates if we like. Okay. I think if we went back one more month, I think it was even more than that. Let's see. And that's the good thing about the editing search. We can go ahead and keep going back until we get exactly what we want. Now, with Probate Data, we'll also house, it's the same thing, we'll also house every search you do in the search field. Okay, we'll do the same date range. Now, Probate data will allow you to look up lawyers' specific results and see how many we got here. So we got 10 cases with the same lawyer attached to it. Okay. Let's pull up the info. Because they're going to keep seeing you at different open houses. You know why they're there. They're going to wonder how you got there and how you got that information. So when they come over to speak to you, just be polite. We'll go back. And now let's go ahead and do an address lookup. Okay. Let's go through some of the criteria we have here. Okay. Usually our biggest suggestion, as we brought it up last week, is a 3-month, 3-market search. You'll find that in video 101 for basic search. Okay. And then we show you how to use the criteria involved here to refine that search. Okay. In the last video also, we showed you how to throw zip codes at the searches so that you could refine it by the zip code that you want to be working and the territory that you want to be in. Okay. And you could throw about 50 to 60 different zip codes in this to refine the search down a little bit. Now, from one real estate agent to another, if you're in a different neighborhood and you know you work this neighborhood specifically, and you know of somebody in that neighborhood that might have passed, we could put that in the name of the decedent and be able to look that up. Okay, if we have a last name, I would just start with the last name. And that's it. Let's make sure we get everything else out of the search engine so it doesn't mess us up. And this is going to be oh, it's probably because I spelled the name wrong. Okay, and try it again. Awesome. And just with using the last name, the case comes up. Click into the case, and now we have all the particulars. Okay, just going over the data itself that you have here, let's examine the lead a little bit. You'll have the case number, the address at the courthouse, the date this was filed, a property value that was listed on the petition itself. We'll also list encumbrances that are listed on the petition. And then we'll run this usually through a third party of Zillow so that you can get an estimate of that. Okay. And then we'll give you up to 12 beneficiaries. And from here, we can export this file out. What I mean by export now, we're going to put a check mark in here for export. We're going to click the export button. And here comes your export approval box. The export approval box tells you a couple things specifically. It tells you, first of all, how many total downloads you're allowed in a month period. Secondly, it tells you how many downloads you've used previously this month. Lastly, to tell you how many downloads you're taking out at the moment. Okay. And then you have a Excel sheet or PDF to take them out in. Let's go ahead and look at the PDF. And here it comes. Okay. And you'll see it looks just like the website, right? You have your case number, decedent, all your information just like you saw on the website. And that we'll use for a door knock. If we're going to be tapping doors, we want to print those out, have that in my car so I can read it right before I get to the door and tap that door and speak about that case with education. Okay? And be confident about what I'm telling them. Next, we're going to do an address lookup. It's going to be almost the same thing as the name search, except we're going to utilize a different field. Okay? God bless you. And when we do an address of deceased at the time of passing lookup, for instance, the address I'm going to be looking up is 2520 East 113th Street. So a lot of times I'll start with just the address number, 2520. I'll do East 113th. Or even just go as general as 113th and see what that brings. But because we have the address itself, let's go ahead and just do that. and see if we can get the case to come up. And let's see what we get. Oh, another case came up. There we go. Okay, and there's the address, 2520 East 113th Street. Again, so if you're just going through the neighborhoods of the areas that you prospect in and you see a vacant home, there's no harm in running the address just to see that it's not going through probate. Okay, that's just one less worry off the top of your head that you know that you're not missing a property, locally to you especially. Okay, from here, we're going to go ahead and go into new search again. One search that I will always show you guys every week is going to be an out-of-state petitioner search. Okay, a reason for that is because to me that is the lowest hanging fruit in probate. Out-of-state and PRs. Okay, so this one again will do a 3-month range, and this one it's going to have a little bit of a formula. So I'm going to show you the code for the formula. And on this one, we're going to use the excluded petitioner state line. Okay. And the code is state specific. So right now we're in the California search engine. So we're going to want to use CA. It's your state code capitalized, comma, your state code lowercase, comma, your state spelled out, comma, capital N / capital A. And let's try downtown LA for this one. Let's see what we get. And I'm going to hit search. Now, effectively, what this should do is find you properties in your territory where your petitioners are going to be outside your state. Okay. And in the last 3 months, we had 197 cases. And again, this is going to be all properties that are going to be in downtown Los Angeles where the petitioners are going to be outside the state. And let's just export a handful of these all the way through. And we'll do this in a CSV so we can see. Okay, and I'll show you the difference right here. Now, again, we were talking about the PDF. Okay, and the PDF is fantastic if we're going to be tapping doors and shaking hands. The Excel sheet, we want to utilize this if we're going to be doing a mail merge campaign. If we have a CRM that we're using, or even if we have an old school rotodialer, you can use this Excel sheet to pull the numbers to either call people, to do your mail merges, whatever you might need it for. The Excel sheet would be for that. Okay, let me widen this up a little bit more. And you're seeing, okay, all these properties are right here in Los Angeles. Okay, in California. Here's our petitioners. Look at this. Idaho, Hawaii, Washington, New York, Wisconsin. Properties here, and the petitioners are outside, and we got some phone numbers so we can call. And literally on this low-hanging fruit, it's a matter of calling out to them, letting them know of your CPRESS designation, and how with their lawyer, you both can handle the case here, and they can stay in their respective states and just collect an inheritance check. Now, Sadali, if you were to tell me I was able to do that, I would definitely listen to you and say, Ms. Ben, please tell me how I'm able to make this happen. Okay? The thing with probate data is we like the appointments, we like the listings, but we love the transactions. And that's exactly what we try to get you guys to nail down. What did you do last year? 20 transactions? I'm confident that with probate data and you doing a mail merge campaign with situations like this, that 20 transaction year becomes double to triple that in 1 year. Okay, I've had people in Chicago that haven't been up with us for 2 weeks that they're closing already. Okay, so there's no doubt in my mind that the leads that we generate for you work. It's just a matter of you working them. Okay, I made mention about the alert system earlier. I want to go into that so that we're able to make sure that you're able to set up an alert. Okay, and again, alerts allow you to work in real time. And what I mean by that is we're going to set one up right now. You'll see I have one here listed as Los Angeles Courthouse. To me, there's a couple of alerts that you should set up immediately. Your courthouse being one specifically. Okay. God bless you. Secondly, I would say the out-of-state petition. We want to put a description so we know which alert's coming across. So California. My description is out of state PRs. Okay. We're going to just, you see right here, there's no date range because we're going to be working in the future. Okay. So anytime any one of these comes up, that's what we're going to get. From there, you simply hit save. And once you see here, your markers there, that alert's ready to go. Now, anytime somebody triggers that alert, I'm going to get an email directly to my phone letting me know I have a new file to work and letting me be the first person that client sees. Okay. All right. So that was an out-of-state petitioner alert. One more thing I want to show you is another resource that we send to you guys here. Weekly, you guys get what we call a cheat sheet. Okay. Let's open this up. Comes in your email, looks like this. Okay, it tells you of all the new cases. Our receptionist put this in red just to simply let you know. The purpose of the cheat sheet is to help you identify a case that you want to work on immediately. Okay, and it tells you here, simply enter the case number in probate data and instantly download the entire case. So I went ahead and took the liberty of opening the cheat sheet in both PDF and Excel for California. Here's our PDF. Okay. Now the PDF is a SKU. You can see here, here's the case number, downtown LA. This is in Covina, and then you have this down here. So these are the zip codes and the price range of those properties. It's kind of useless to me. I always suggest opening up the Excel sheet because you'll have everything right at your fingertips. Your Zillow value, the zip code of the decedent, the city that the property is going to be in, the filing date, and the county this came out of. Now, I can see a price range, just like this $1.5 million property in Topanga. Take the case number, hit Control-C, go over into probate data, pop that right into the case number, and hit search. Now, if we're doing a case number lookup, we do not want to put any criteria into the search engine. Okay? We just want to put the case number and hit search, because that case number denotes the courthouse it comes under, the date it was filed, everything pertinent to that particular case. So with us manipulating the information on the search engine, we might negate the file even coming through. So if we do a case number lookup, we want to just put the case number only, and that's it. And look, our case number came up. We can click it, read all the particulars on the case, or we can go back and just simply export the case out. Okay, and that's how the cheat sheet's supposed to be utilized. I'm looking at dollar amounts, I'm looking at zip codes, I'm looking at property areas that I want to be in. Okay, do I want a quick fix and flip? That's going to be Long Beach. Do I want a high dollar value and market myself in a greater area? That's going to be Topanga. Okay, so this is how the files are utilized on a cheat sheet. I want to see, one, is the property going to be close enough for me to go ahead and use this in my territory? Is the property going to be worth enough for me to be interested in the value of the property? Okay, and this is just in a realtor side. As an investor, I'm going to be more interested in encumbered properties, something with the $400,000 value and maybe $20,000 to $50,000 in debt. Okay, that's going to allow me to buy the property lower and sell it higher. Okay, also with the zip code search, we're able to go to low dollar areas that we know we can do fix and flips buy cheap, sell high, and then get out with these transactions. Okay? There's so many different ways to utilize probate data and the files that we give you. The only thing is that you have to work them yourself. Next week, we'll be going under mail merge. We're going to do a step-by-step next week of how to pull the Excel sheet from probate data and get your mailers going. We're going to also go over how to get your stickers and everything else put together so that we can get your sales funnel going. Folks, my name is Marcel. I'm here every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I am really interested in hearing about how my system works and how I can be of more help to you. My mantra literally here is that if you're not working, I'm not working. So if there's anything I can do to give you that extra push to get you out that door, please feel free to reach out to me. Email is the best, as I'm in and out of the office all the time. Give me about 2 hours business time to answer your information and your questions, and I will get those out to you. Please don't forget you have the resource of Probate Data, the YouTube channel, to fall back on. I would start, if you're a brand new student, with the basic search 101 from last week. It'll go over the 3-month 3-market search. It'll also go over out-of-state petitioners and the zip code searches. Everything you'll need for me to feel comfortable that you're going to be on your way and going. That's my time today, folks. I really hope you found this to be educational as well as entertaining. I look forward to seeing you guys all back here next Thursday for the Probate Data Power Gym. Have a great week.